Yo, what's going on, everybody? V-Dub here, and welcome back to another episode of the Content Creator Basketball Association here on YouTube for NBA 2K23. If you have yet to see any of the episodes of the first two divisions for the Atlantic and the Central Division, go back at the end of this video and watch it. I will leave a link in the description below for the link to this series here. But today we are going into the Southeast Division. Whether you have seen the first two divisions or not, you are very welcome to stay and I encourage you guys to stay and watch the reveals for these teams here. As by the end of this video, we will be halfway through and we'll be completed with the Eastern Conference teams. So we're not going to waste any more time. Let's get on to the teams. And the first team in this team reveal for the Southeast Division will be the Jacksonville Blaze. Inspired by SOS Blaze, you see the colors. He is a big Florida Gators fan, so I got it as close to the logo colors as well as to the Florida Gator colors. I will have a link to his Twitch channel in the description down below. He does some random gameplay. He does a lot of sports, but he does a lot of other non-sports games too as well. So give him a follow here on Twitch. And we're looking at the arena, which would be the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena down in Jacksonville. They have posted some NCAA tournament games. I think arena football as well. As we now look at the scores table here, you look, as I said, he's a Florida Gators fan. See the Twitch and the 2K23 logos there. And a few other randoms I decided to add. I added Blaze Media just for the heck of it. And now we're looking at the home uniforms here, just rotating around as I usually do. Makes it a little bit easier. You see the away uniforms, the light blue, and then you have the orange alternate thirds. Got the Nike logo on the side. Now looking at the roster, we've got John Morant. And you got Jaron Valanciunas, Jalen Green, Chris Duarte. And these go to some like Okongwu. You got Blake Griffin at 76 overall still. At this point, Eric Paschal, Devontae Graham, and then we're going down the list here. The final players that we see here: Theo Maledon, Aaron Neesmith. Second team up on this list will be the Louisville Outcast, inspired by Outcast Gaming 21. Who has been a friend of my channel as well as other channels I'd be watching as well over on Twitch. Link to his channel will be in the description down below. And now we're going to go look more into his team. And now we take a look at the arena here. As we're going to make a little bit of a rotation around the KFC Yum Center, which is where the Louisville Cardinals play. That can actually be a sizable arena in real life for an NBA team if they ever go to Louisville. As we're looking at the scores table here, I don't know why I don't have his logo as the first on the scores table. That should be the case here. However, he is a huge Kentucky Wildcats fan. It is kind of sacrilege putting that in Louisville, but he is a Wildcats fan. And now we're going to look at the home uniforms, as they say in the white. I like the teal, and I like the black alternates. I think sometimes black is good for alternates. And let the lighter color be the main road. As you see the roster, you saw Ball, Pascal Siakam, Rozier, Aaron Gordon, PJ Washington. Got Buddy Hield on this team, so Nasser Little, I think he might have so far the more talented team so far. The three teams you looked at in the Southeast Division, as we had Walker, we saw Ibaka. So let's look at the rest. And now we take a look at the Richmond Dark Wolves, where it's inspired by Cyber Dark Wolf, a good buddy of mine. He does Twitch streams as well as YouTube, as he's doing a Detroit Lions series on YouTube, as well as completing an NCAA football, or I should say college football revamped series on YouTube with Great Lakes University. I'll leave the link to both his Twitch and YouTube available. He does some random stuff on Twitch like Pokemon. And he did do some MLB The Show earlier this year with on Twitch. Not sure if he still does that, but I definitely know he does do Pokemon. So without further ado, let's go look at the rest of his team. So now we're going to look at the arena here, which is actually supposed to be the Richmond Coliseum, or the old Richmond Coliseum. As you can see, the text there with the Richmond Dark Wolves. Maybe a little more like blood-worthy here, or something like that. As you can see, the scores table here. He's a Jaguars fan and an NC State fan. Of course, we got the YouTube and Twitch because he is big on the platform there, as well as AEW since he's a big wrestling fan. And AEW, he's done streams, reaction streams. If you look at the uniforms here, the homes, and you see the away with the blue and gray, and then you have black and blue for the alternates. And now looking at the rosters here, Jimmy Butler, Tyrese Halliburton, Klay Thompson. Okay, you know what? He might give Louisville a run for the money with Mo Bamba, Zubac, Ayu Dosunmu, Marvin Bagley III. If he can stay healthy, man. Kevin Huerter, a Sacramento King currently. As we keep looking down, I mean, this is probably, I think, as I said, I think this has more talent roster than Richmond, or Louisville, as I say. Team number 4 on this list will be the Tampa Bay Cocos. And that is inspired by Coco Sports on Twitch. He is a retired teacher from Japan, grew up in the Tampa area, ended up teaching in Japan. He is now retired and still lives in Japan. And he streams at odd hours because of the time difference here in California and throughout the United States. However, he is a good dude and actually requested these odd colors. So we're going to look at the rest of his team here. And now we start off looking at the arena here. Look at the light, bright colors of this arena here. That is Amalie Arena, the home of the Tampa Bay Lightning of the NHL in real life. As we look at the scores table now, we look at his logo, followed by the Ninja Turtles logo, as he is a huge Ninja Turtles guy. He streams those games on Twitch as well. He also does AEW reaction streams, as well as ANA, which is the Japanese airline, because he lives in Japan. Looking at the uniforms now, see, you got the interesting colors, as you can see here. Interesting design, too. I think I have a couple other teams that are like that, but I think I got one more after this, probably in the Western Conference. I'm not quite sure, but we look at the roster now. Jaylen Brown, Bam Adebayo, Tobias Harris, top 3 overalls on this team. You got John Wall on this team. Patrick Beverly, okay. A couple of like 79s there. Aaron Holiday, Eric Gordon, and as I said, not bad, but I don't think he's still as talented as Richmond. Last but not least, we will have the Washington Craniacs in Washington, D.C., inspired by my bro, Cass Cray. But by the way, Cass Cray is good people. He actually does an Atlanta Falcons franchise over on YouTube. It's actually where he does most of his content now, for both edited content as well as even streaming. So he doesn't do Twitch as much, or probably does not do Twitch at all anymore, but I will leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description down below. Looking at the court now at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., home of the real life, home of the Wizards and the Washington Capitals here. Looking at the colors of the court, yes, his colors, and you see the logo. You can probably guess what his favorite NFL team is as you look at the scores table here. Yes, just to confirm it, he is a Titans fan, and he loves Jameson as well. He even drank one during a stream on Twitch a couple of years ago. He is also a fan of the AEW as well. Went to the first ever TNT event, or televised AEW event, a couple of years back. As you look at the uniforms now, I believe that is Karl Anthony Towns that you see modeling those uniforms. And again, those are the colors of his favorite team, the Tennessee Titans here. As you see Karl Anthony Towns, as I just mentioned before, you see Wendell Carter Jr., D'Angelo Russell, Harrison Barnes is on the team, followed by Tim Hardaway Jr., you got Jalen Smith, Okoro, Moritz Wagner, who went to Scum, Kenrich Williams, Eric Bledsoe, wow, still in the league, Moses Moody, Brandon Williams, and I can't even pronounce his name, Cork. So we are now halfway through the team reveals here. Coming up next, we will start the Western Conference tomorrow, which will be out at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time, with the Northwest Division teams. But until then, let me know what you guys think about these teams that we just shown today. Who do you think is a more talented team? Who do you think will compete for the division? Or which team do you think will win the championship from the Southeast Division? Let me know in the comment section down below. Do comment, like, and if you are new, hit that subscribe button with the bell. Hit that bell icon also right next to it for notifications when these videos do come out. On top of this NBA 2K23 series, I am also doing a Madden 23 series, which I just completed Season 1 of the Carolina Panthers. You can see that. I will have the link in the description down below for that series, as well as you can see the playlist on the end screen coming up soon. So till then, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out, Paisans. Take care, everyone.